Picture this, a garden overflowing with vibrant fresh vegetables ready for harvest. Imagine the crunch of a just-picked carrot, the juicy sweetness of a ripe tomato, the earthy aroma of freshly dug potatoes. These are the fruits of your labor, the culmination of weeks of careful tending and nurturing. It's a moment of pure satisfaction and joy, but the question is, how do you keep these fresh and nutritious for as long as possible? Vegetable storage is an art, and we're about to reveal its secrets. Picture this, a pantry filled with colorful jars of home-canned vegetables, a freezer stocked with nutritious garden-fresh produce, and a drying rack adorned with herbs, ready to be used all year round. These are the fruits of mastering traditional canning, freezing, and drying techniques. Canning is a time-tested method that uses heat to kill off bacteria, yeasts, and molds that can cause food to spoil. It's an excellent way to preserve the taste and nutritional value of your harvest. Freezing, on the other hand, slows down the enzyme activity that leads to spoilage, effectively pausing the aging process of your vegetables. And then there's drying, a method that removes water, the very element that bacteria and fungi need to grow. Intriguing, isn't it? Did you know that a simple root cellar technique can also keep your root vegetables fresh for months? With these techniques, you can double the shelf life of your harvest. Each storage method has its own unique benefits. Let's delve into the distinct advantages of each technique, shall we? First up, traditional canning. This method is a timeless classic for a reason. It locks in the freshness and flavor of your vegetables while preserving their nutritional value. The sealed jars create a vacuum that prevents spoilage, giving your harvest a shelf life that can stretch for years. Next, we have freezing. Now this method is all about convenience. By freezing your vegetables, you're essentially hitting the pause button on their freshness. This means you can enjoy your summer squash or spring peas any time of the year. Plus, it's quick and easy. Just blanch, cool, bag, and freeze. Then there's drying. This method reduces the water content in your vegetables, inhibiting the growth of bacteria and allowing your harvest to be stored for extended periods. Drying vegetables is a great choice for those with limited storage space, as it significantly reduces the volume of your harvest. Think about it, a whole bushel of tomatoes can fit into a small jar once they're dried. Lastly, we have root cellaring. This traditional method involves storing your vegetables in a cool, dark, and humid environment, mimicking the natural conditions of the ground. Root cellaring is perfect for root vegetables like potatoes, carrots, or beets, and can help maintain their freshness for months on end. But it's not just about preservation. Each of these methods also helps maintain the nutritional value of your vegetables. Canning preserves water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C and B, while freezing retains the fiber, minerals, and most vitamins. Drying, on the other hand, concentrates the nutrients, making dried vegetables a nutrient-dense snack. So whether you're looking for longevity, convenience, space-saving, or nutrient preservation, there's a method that fits the bill. Remember, the key to successful vegetable storage is understanding the unique needs of each type of vegetable and matching them to the right storage method. Choosing the right method can make a world of difference. So, let's get started on making the most out of your bountiful harvest. Ready to get started? Here's how you can store your vegetables like a pro. First up, we have the traditional method of canning. Canning is a technique that's been used for centuries and is still one of the most effective ways to preserve your harvest. Here's how it works. Step 1. Prepare your jars. Make sure they're clean and dry before you start. Step 2. Fill your jars with the vegetables you want to preserve. This could be anything from tomatoes to cucumbers to beans or even peppers. Pack them in tightly, but not so tight that they get squashed. Step 3. Pour in your preserving liquid. This could be a simple brine, a vinegar solution, or even a homemade tomato sauce. Step 4. Seal your jars and place them in a hot water bath. The heat from the water will kill any bacteria and create a vacuum seal, keeping your vegetables fresh for a long time. Next, we're going to look at freezing. This is a great method for preserving the texture and taste of your vegetables, and it's also incredibly easy. Here's the step-by-step. First, you'll want to blanch your vegetables. This involves briefly boiling them and then plunging them into ice water. Blanching helps to preserve the color, flavor, and nutritional value of your produce. Once your vegetables are blanched, let them dry completely. Then spread them out on a baking sheet and place them in the freezer. Once they're frozen, you can transfer them to airtight bags or containers. Remember, the key to successful freezing is to remove as much air as possible. Finally, we'll discuss drying. Drying is a fantastic way to preserve herbs like basil, parsley, and mint. It's also useful for things like tomatoes and peppers. Here's how you do it. Step 1. Wash and dry your produce. Step 2. If you're drying herbs, simply tie them in bundles and hang them upside down in a dry, dark place. If you're drying something like tomatoes or peppers, slice them thin and lay them out on a baking sheet. Step 3. Place your produce in a warm, dry place. This could be a sunny windowsill, an oven set to a low temperature, or even a dedicated food dehydrator. The key is to let the moisture slowly evaporate without cooking the produce. With these simple steps, you can enjoy your garden harvest for months to come. Wondering what difference does storage make? Well, let's delve into the world of stored versus non-stored produce. Picture 2 tomatoes, one fresh off the vine, the other a week later, plucked from your pantry where it's been stored in ideal conditions. Which one do you think will taste better? Now, if you thought the fresh one, you're not alone. But surprisingly, the stored tomato might just give it a run for its money. That's the magic of proper storage. It can extend the life of your produce, maintaining that just-picked freshness for far longer than you'd expect. But it's not just about longevity. Storage also helps to preserve the nutritional value of your vegetables. While non-stored produce can lose its vitamins and minerals over time due to exposure to air, light, and heat, stored produce is protected from these elements, helping to retain those essential nutrients. Consider our friend, the carrot. When properly stored, carrots can retain almost all of their beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant, for up to 5 months. Compare that to a non-stored carrot, which begins to lose its nutritional value after just a few days. So, while there's a certain charm to eating produce straight from the garden, don't discount the benefits of storing your harvest. Storing your vegetables not only extends their life but also preserves their goodness. Now that you know these tips and tricks, it's time to make the most of your harvest. Imagine the satisfaction of biting into a crisp, homegrown carrot in the middle of winter, or tasting the sweet tang of your own tomatoes long after the summer sun has faded. These aren't just idle dreams. With the right storage techniques, they can become your reality. Picture this: your pantry stocked with jars of preserved vegetables, your freezer brimming with bags of frozen produce, your shelves lined with dried herbs and spices. All of these, a testament to your hard work in the garden and your smart storage skills in the kitchen. So why not give it a try? Apply these tips. Trust us, there's nothing quite like the joy of having fresh, homegrown vegetables available long after the growing season has ended. Like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Keep your garden's bounty fresh and nutritious all year round.